Hi, thanks for tuning in today. Today I want to share with you a note-taking system for your Bible that I think will help enhance your study of the scriptures. I learned this method and I'm modifying it from something that I learned from Matthew Everhard's channel. He's one of my favorite YouTubers, and a lot of I've been very much inspired by some of the work that he's put on YouTube. But he got this from Jonathan Edwards. So Matthew Everhard stole it from Jonathan Edwards, and I'm stealing it from Matthew Everhard, and I've modified it a little bit to make it more convenient for the way I am doing studies right now. The reason I'm having to do this is because I am running out of room. As some of you know, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, I'm going through the book of Revelation again, this time reading it in Greek. The cool thing is my Greek New Testament, I still have lots of fresh, clean pages to do work in the book of Revelation. So there's lots of clean margin space here to do biblical study in. However, I want to keep my English Bible that I use if I'm speaking behind the pulpit or something like that. I want to keep it up to date with my notes. The problem there is I've been through the book of Revelation, done quite a bit of research and study in it, that my problem is, as I'm, like you can see this page, I virtually have no room left. So I need a system to keep being able to put notes into my Bible, one that's going to be able to last the long haul. And so let me show you kind of the system, how I've modified it just slightly. And I'll do a screen share with you now on my MacBook so you can see what I'm doing. The thing is that so many resources now, I like a paper-based system, I like paper books, but I'm doing research for the book of Revelation that is not limited to the physical books that I have. So let's say I'm in Olive Tree and I want to make, I'm in one of the resources. This is the Exegetical Summary series. And I find something just like, let's say I find this very interesting, this question here that they have. And so what I would do is I would copy that. Now this doesn't have to be from a resource, this could just be an idea. Let's say I've got an idea or a resource. You could do it either way. Just if you had your own thought that came to you as you're studying, you could do it that way. Or if you come across a resource digitally or even online, you can just copy it, then go into Evernote is the system I'm using. There's other note-taking apps that you might want to use, but Evernote is one that I use. And so I would just go, you can see I've got M001, M002, and that is in, the M is just out of respect for Jonathan Edwards and Matthew Everhard, who gave me this idea and system. And then I would just go, I put a new note, and as you could guess, I would just start with M006, and I can copy and paste that. Now, if I ever find anything else about the nations, I can always add it later on. This keeps the system nice and neat, starting M001, M002. And what I would do is in my Bible, oftentimes like it would be a bigger, a bigger section. So let me show you, like if I found this whole, let's say I found this whole section here interesting. And I don't have room in my wide margin Bible to write all that out. I could just add it to that M006. And then what I would do is I would grab my physical Bible, whatever relevant section it is, and I would go to that relevant section, and then I would write Now the way I do this, I work down the side margin of my Bible. So I start with like whatever note, the first thing I come into on a page, a clean page, whatever I find first that I want to take a notation on. Here I came to the word come. In Revelation 11:18, I came to the word come. I put the letter A beside it. I write the letter A up there, and I work my way down. Well, let's say I came to this section here, and I wanted to remember that I had some more information on, let's say, the nations. Well, I'd make this. I would make a letter notation here in my Bible that would link to one of these miscellaneous notes. So if I wanted to, this M006, I could either put M006 by the word itself, or I could put it up here along the margin, whichever way you want to do that. I actually made a whole video about how I can preserve the most amount of margin space there. I'll leave a link for that video in the description below, because it's kind of tedious to explain all that. But the idea is, wherever you want to know, whatever relevant section you have that links to that miscellaneous note M006, you put it in your Bible. In my case, I'm putting it in my English Bible, and I'm also putting it into my Greek New Testament. So I've already started some of this. So you can see, I'll give you an example. Here in Revelation chapter 11, verse 18, you can see I have a miscellaneous note, M005. Well, I can just go over here, and I've taken quite a few notes on that section. And I've got notes from several different resources, Robert L. Thomas and Grant Osborne. I don't necessarily have to agree with everything that they say, but if I want to reference that later on, then I've got a miscellaneous note, and I can always add my own thoughts and things that I'm learning into those miscellanies. And what I'll do is I'll leave like a brief summary statement of what I found, like this links up to this or something like that. And then I can always go deeper with those miscellanies. So that's something that I'm having to kind of switch up to preserve space, and also just because the notes that I'm taking for these things are just getting a little bit unwieldy. So thank you to Matthew Everhard for sharing this system with all of us. That's how I'm kind of using it for myself, using Evernote. You can get that free. You could use any note-taking system that you want, but it's nice to be able to, when you're finding stuff digitally that you want to be able to find later. It would be handy for a researcher who might want to write a book and cite different authors. This would be a good way to do it as well. And so also, like if you're at church, you've got your physical Bible and you've got your tablet, and you see that, M00, whatever it is, and whatever place, you can always go deeper into your own notes. So that's basically what I'm doing. And so I've started to use some other Bible software that I might share with you in a future video if you're interested in that. I'm kind of switching over from one Bible app to the next. If you want to know about that, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll give you some information on that too. So hopefully we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.